Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Chelsea Road to Glory, and we are on track now, right? The Premier League team of the season has officially finished, and I've basically, chucked down every single thing that I think is worthy enough to show you guys today. From everything from I think I started recording that Saturday all the way up until Thursday morning. Not Thursday morning, Thursday night, and then Friday morning, way before content. I did get to do some things on the web app, and I'll be able to show you what we got, any good stuff that we got. Although web app will be just screenshots, so hopefully you guys will enjoy this video. For the most part, it will be console gameplay as always. We love to see the player picks, we love to see the players walk out, and we're hoping that we get to see a Chelsea team of the season walk out. So obviously from the top of the list, we have Lauren James in the Barclays Women's Super League, which is the equivalent to the Premier League but for the women's side. Lauren James, that card looks absolutely fantastic. I'm hoping that we can pack her throughout this. Who else is on the team? Sam Kerr is on the team. Sam Kerr is probably my number one want out of the entire team of the season. I'll be real honest with you, because her 90 rated card is just incredible, and unfortunately she's just behind the power curve now. I think maybe just before team of the season dropped, because I guarantee you up until team of the season lives came out, she was literally still goated at the striker position, especially when her partner is that Golazo Drogba. She's just incredible. So to get an upgrade for our team would be absolutely fantastic. Here we have our FUT Champs. It wasn't our greatest FUT Champs run, I will say. I did want 11 wins. I was going to get 11 wins, and then one guy got a red card and rage quit after making it 1-1. So I had to play a second game, and then second game was just against some guy that was too good to beat, and we ended up getting only 10 wins. So we ended up only with one player pick, and obviously we go with Allison just for the fodder. I forget if he's still in the club, because that Friday morning, let me tell you, I was going in on my phone, just going through everything I could. But we did get a bunch of team of the seasons. We got a bunch of stuff that we could put into the exchanges. It literally felt like we could not run out of cards at some point on Thursday. That Thursday I was literally recording for 4.5 hours, almost 5, and I was once I was done recording, I literally kept going onto the game and just getting player picks ready, getting packs ready for the Thursday morning so that I can open them on my way to work. And let me tell you, that I'm a hold on for it. But I will say that it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I promise you. But what can I say? We have so Sam Kerr, Lawrence James, obviously top two. The next one on that list, I'm pretty sure, is Charles from the women's side. Niam Charles, I think is how you say it. She got a left back card. I was kind of surprised, just because her normal card can play right back, and I think right wing and one other position. But obviously I haven't been watching too much of the Chelsea women's. I have seen some of the highlights from their Champions League run. But I think she did get left back just because Lawrence is playing that right back position. So it makes sense that she got a left back team of the season. I was hoping the alternate positions would give her right back, but unfortunately not. So, it's fine. It's still one of the cards that I did want to pack. And considering the rating, I was expecting her to be a bit more expensive than she was. I think when I bought her, she was 80 something K. She was really cheap like that. There was no question that I was going to either pack her or buy her, and unfortunately, I will spoil it for a little bit right now, is that we did not pack Charles before Thursday, which is unfortunate. You know, I really wanted to see the flares. I really wanted to see the Chelsea badge and her walk out and everything, but unfortunately for us, we did not get to see her come out. And I think those are the 3 Chelsea women's that were in the team for team of the season. I think somebody on Twitter might have said like Cuthbert was coming or something along those lines, which I got kind of excited about because I liked her what was it, like road to the knockouts. That was pretty good for a little bit. The team of the season would have been a lot better, but there was none. There is none. You know, we're already past Premier League team of the season. We're into the Bundesliga, and Cuthbert nowhere to be seen, which is fine. You know, we got a good amount of women's in the team of the season. I may or may not be missing one. There wasn't many cards for the women's side, which is kind of disappointing. Just because, like, even though there's not that many women's that EA might deem like deserve a team of the season, like, you should still give out a full 11. You know, aside from like the SBCs, because I think there was a couple SBC women team of the seasons that did come out, but you know, that should be separated in my opinion. And now that that's done, I think the men's had Cole Palmer, obviously well deserved. He's been absolutely cracked throughout this season, and I think him and Nico Jackson are like my 2 most deserved buys. I know Nkunku is a deserved buy, but he's been out for so long that I literally, you know, like, I want him to play for us, and it's just frustrating when he doesn't. And speaking of Nkunku, he got a team of the season moments, which a lot of people on Twitter were confused about. They were saying like, oh, why is a Chelsea player that hasn't played much getting a team of the season moments? And everybody was like using their brains and saying, hey, you know, a moments is just about like any point that they've had like a standout performance during the season. Obviously, Nkunku has had many during Leipzig, so I'm pretty sure that's what EA went for when they gave him a team of the season moments. Obviously, for his stuff at Leipzig, he's been pretty good for several years for them. Which, you know, going back to Sam Kerr, that's another one of the cards that people were confused on, like, why did she get a team of the season moments if she was injured for so long? And, you know, moments are just about if they were good at any team of the seasons and whatnot, you know. And since this is like the first official year with the women's in team of the season, you know, it would kind of be bad to not include someone like Sam Kerr, who's been really good. And I think that's it. I think that's it for team of the season Chelsea players. Not that many, but a good enough amount for me to like really want to grind it out and get everything that I can for this video, because it's just there's just so much that I wanted from these packs, and every single time there was a blue flare, I was always hoping and praying that it was gonna be somebody from our team, and it just always like seemed to drop the ball every time. I think there was a time, I think Thursday night, where I was just like, it felt hopeless, and you never want to be in that mentality, because that's how EA gets you. That's how they want you to like, hey, think you're never gonna get it. You should go into the store and drop some FIFA points. And I'll tell you right now, I did drop some FIFA points, but I only dropped them on that tradable team of the season pack, just because I wanted some coins. And I had a theory, right? So there's this theory, there's this thing going around, right? That's been going around for I think a couple years now, maybe 2-3 years. The dupe theory, right? Everybody's heard of the dupe theory. It's when you have a card in your club and you're opening packs and whatnot, and that card comes back again and again and again and again and again, right? So I think just before Thursday, just before Thursday, I bought Sam Kerr because she was like 500 something, I think, or 400 something. I bought Charles, obviously, and then I bought Nkunku. Like all that was about like 700 something coins, right? And I had that at the time, so I was like, you know what? If I can pack any of them, I'll get some coins back. It doesn't matter who it is, you know. I'll get some healthy amount of coins that I'll feel like I succeeded at Team of the Season this year. So the idea, right? The idea behind this is that if I have these players in my club and I'm opening packs all Thursday, then EA, in whatever kind of like stats and coding and whatnot, should be able to reproduce the chance of getting a Kerr and Nkunku or Charles at a higher rate is the idea, right? Because Allison, for example, Allison was in the club since FUT Champs, and I've packed Allison like so many times to put into the exchange that he would just come back. Like even when I was doing WEBAPP packs Friday morning, like I packed Allison like maybe 2 or 3 times in all of the packs that I did. And he, like, you know, he might be the cheaper option, but like Charles is also a cheaper option. So, you know, I was hoping that Charles would be the one to like come out at some point before we got another Allison. They're both the same rating. I would assume the women's are much have less weight in terms of pack odds, but you know, I don't know specifically what that stuff is. But I feel like Charles should have been at least the one to see walk out, just because she is the cheaper option, and Nkunku was like 140 something, and Sam Kerr is obviously almost half a million, I think. So that was the idea, and you know, we got through all these packs on Thursday and all the player picks, and none of them popped. Like, I know statistically speaking, right, there are a lot more Team of the Seasons than there are Chelsea Team of the Seasons, which, you know, explains like why Allison and I forget which one, like Estupinian, all them players would just like come back and back and back. The what's it called, the Braga player, the Braga striker also was like repeating over and over again. I felt like a little bit. I felt like I was wasting. Sometimes felt like I was wasting my time with like the normal packs. Like here we get Shaw, which I thought was crazy. I thought Shaw was gonna be crazy because he was 96 rated, and then I looked at a price and it's like less than 100, less than 250, and I was like, that's crazy, because Rodri was like 2 mil at the same rating, but obviously he's, I guess, much more desirable than Shaw is. So it was that. And what was my point? My point is that the player picks, the 81 player picks, I don't know if EA nerfed them. I don't know if it was just a bad time to open player picks. I don't know what was happening, but those 81 plus player picks were not worth it at all. When there would be a few times where, you know, I would get 88, 88, 89, maybe 87, and I put those into the exchange and I get more players back and I can make more player picks. But like, let me tell you, at some point I was like, these are just not like doing anything, right? That Rodri came from the 85 plus. We had a couple cards. We had a couple good Team of the Seasons come from the player picks. But most of the Team of the Seasons did come from the packs. Not even the big packs, just like packs in general. I was hoping that these would give out something. You know, when I saw that Norway flag and striker, I was like, there's no way EA is gonna give me EA was gonna give me Erling Haaland, and I was correct. It was the Brighton women's player here. And you know, I was saving these guaranteed Team of the Seasons in hopes, and when I saw English striker, I was like, you know, maybe it could be Lauren James, but it wasn't gold, which I figured out was the difference between TOTS moments and Team of the Season. If it's gold, then it is the TOTS. If it's silver, it's a TOTS Moments, kind of like Team of the Year and Team of the Year nominees or honorable mentions. That's the big difference. We got Gabriel here, which, you know, if I was like using a Prem team, like just in general, he would probably be a good one. We got Brazil goalkeeper here. This was my Premier League Team of the Season pack. You know, a lot of people were saying like this was the IQ pack just because of the requirements. But I will say the requirements were a bit expensive in comparison to previous years. Previous years, it would literally just be that 188 rated squad, an 89 or 87 rated squad with a Team of the Season card, and the fact that the pack this year required an 88 and an 86, that was a bit much, especially with you know, the higher chance that you get Allison. I feel like it was kind of not worth it at all. But you know, for us, Allison goes straight into the 89 exchange, and we get 51 players back. And then we just hope that exchange pack is just, you know, going to give us something back here. I think this might have been second most expensive. I don't remember the price of hemp at all, but I can look it up really quickly here on the Footbed app. But I think hemp, like at some point I was like, maybe she's a sign that we're getting close. Hemp right now is like 700k, 760. So the second most expensive, I will say, out of the whole thing. Obviously Rodri is that one guy that we did pack that was expensive, but we can't use him. Never played for Chelsea, never played for us, you know, scored that goal against us and celebrated like a madman. So obviously, you know, no ties to us. So unfortunately, we cannot use that 2 million coin player. Which reminds me, Rice is another Team of the Season that I was looking for. But he's so expensive, I felt like his pack weight was just non-existent at all. Just like with the Rodri, I mean, these guys are like millions and millions of coins, and it felt like impossible to even touch. You know, every time I saw English, I was hoping Cole Palmer or Declan Rice, and then the position comes out and it just like throws me under the bus, and I get really sad. This Arsenal right wing English, I was so confused because I was like, there's no way I packed Saka to get a double walkout, and it's just Mead. That is such a troll, and I feel bad for any Arsenal fan that was expecting a Team of the Season with a pack like that for them. But yeah, we had a Portugal center mid. I forget who's that. Well, the front is Bernardo Silva. The backside is Estupinian. Estupinian and Alisson were really the exchange goats for us, and you know, we are basically wrapping things up. These are most of the console packs. The next part should be what we got on the web app, and I'll try to, you know, get you through that. So going back to dupe theory, right? The idea is that if you pack something, if you have some card in your club, then you have a high chance of packing it just because EA Sports, right? That's the logic, right? There is no logic to it, but it makes sense. Like, as you play this game, how often you get certain cards just because you have them in the club already instead of getting new cards. So when we packed Kerr, Chi was still in the club. When we packed Charles was in the club, and when we packed Nkunku, he was in the club, right? So yeah, we managed to actually pack all three of them, which kind of is sad because we didn't have the coins for Cole Palmer. If we had the coins for Cole Palmer, I would 100% without a doubt feel like I was going to get Cole Palmer in these packs at some point during my grind on the web app, right? Because let me tell you that first pack in the morning, I had a Team of the Season flare come out, and it wasn't Charles. I think it might have been Allison, but I was like, okay, there's somewhere in here. Like, I have to believe that the Charles and Kerr and Nkunku are coming home. And then Charles popped out, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. The fact that I did so much on console the night before just to get Charles here on the web app is just absolutely insane. And then not even like 30 minutes later, we get Sam Kerr, and I was literally just about to like lose my mind, because I was literally on my way to work, and I was like, there's no way that I just got Charles and Kerr before like the content switched at 12 o'clock. And then I kept grinding. I was like, you know what, I'm done. You know, I got Charles, Sam Kerr, and Kunku will just be 100 coins down the drain for me, as long as I get to keep him. And then there was a couple of times where I had some free time, and I literally went and grinded on the phone, on the packs, getting exchanges, getting Premier League packs, getting anything that I could. And then bam, and Kunku comes out, and then I sell all of it just to like prove that literally dupe theory worked. Like, I can't even explain to you how this happened, but it just did, and I'm so glad it did, because that Sam Kerr card is absolutely insane. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. I will be making another video obviously next week with Bundesliga team of the season. The only card that I will be going for then is Jamal Musiala, so hopefully we get him. If we don't get him, it's okay. Kante is still in pack, so I'm gonna probably grind out some player picks and more exchanges in hopes to get him. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.